we see we've got Luke Van Valley and Swapnil, the two captains, the toss, and indeed the Triveni Continental Kings win the toss, and this time they choose the black because they did lose the match with the white pieces.
Welcome back to the Tech Mahindra Global Chess League. Here we have the Triveni Continental Kings versus the Chingari Gulf Titans. What a matchup, Sagar Shah.
You know, Samay, the opening that they have chosen with this little pawn move to the side, it's called the Catalan opening.
Catalan, but I don't see any cats here. I only see bishops and camels.
Well, Catalan is a place in Spain. Yeah.
Oh.
And and this opening was found there, and Magnus Carlsen used it heavily to beat Jan Nepomniachtchi in World Championship in 2021. You know, these players are masters at changing one imbalance into another. And that's what Levon Aronian has just done. He's given back his pawn, but caught up in development. Let's first look at all the boards, Samay. For now, at the beginning of the game, all the bars on the left. Samay, would you like to explain our viewers what the bars mean on this? Some of them might not know.
So guys, the bar basically tells you the evaluation of the position. The higher the bar is, the more white is winning, the higher the bar goes in terms of white, and the lower the bar goes with black, the more black is winning. Right now, you see the bars are somewhere in the middle, which means that the position is equal.
Yeah, all games look roundabout even. Let's go to Yu Yangi versus Mamedyarov. You know, Shakhriyar Mamedyarov, one of the most creative grandmasters in the world of chess, from Azerbaijan, known for his fighting spirit, tremendous fighter, Samay. And facing him is the Chinese GM Yu Yangi, who lost his game yesterday against Alexander Grishchuk, and that was the reason why his team actually lost that match. So he will be back with a lot of vengeance today. Look at these pawns here. Here, the pawn somehow went way ahead, and then the black pawn came in front of it. Some doubled pawns. How did this happen?
Maybe some exchanges on the E file.
Let's look at it. So this was a normal position from a very well-known opening called Slav. And then when he took here, normally people would take back with the bishop. But here, Mamedyarov said, it's time to make the game exciting. He took with the pawn. And then when the knight went back, pushed his pawn forward. He sacrificed the pawn. We have the 6 boards here. Nana Zagnidze is pushing it for the Chingari Gulf Titans there with a slightly better position. Okay, let's go right now to board number 3. We have Dubov playing against Wei Yi. Samay, what do you feel from their expressions?
I feel right now Dubov is thinking, is in deep think tank. He's also moving the piece in his hand, if you can see, like a fidget spinner.
If we can have the game between Polina Shuvalova and Nana Zagnidze here. And there you have Samay. Polina Shuvalova is a very young Russian player. She's, I think if I'm not mistaken, just 22 years old. She's the former world junior champion and I think a big fighter.
Look at those bishops eyeing the king, Sagar.
Yeah, beautiful bishops there.
And maybe if you don't look at the engine evaluation and if you look at it from a human perspective, the bishop on c8 is trapped. It's not coming into the game yet. While white's both bishops are in the game, both rooks, both knights, all the pieces of white are ready for war.
Absolutely. And also look at the time. Polina has 13 minutes while Nana Zagnidze has 8 minutes. You can see the clock up there on the top left. 13 minutes for Polina Shuvalova, 8 minutes for Nana Zagnidze. This is the 6th board and let's move to that game. Samay, you know Nihal Sarin very, very well. Can you give us some sort of insights about this youngster?
He's a very reserved, person. He doesn't express much. I think he's one of those people who just wants to play chess and do nothing else. Nothing at all. I think his idea of a party is to just sit at home and look at chess base whole day. And I think, Sagar, after a move like d4, even if you give up that one pawn, you're opening up the dangerous bishop that is going to eye the king like a sniper in the long run. I think that bishop is going to cause trouble.
What a
to Nihal Sarin.
Beautiful idea. And Samay, this is one of the key ideas when you have the hanging pawns. Just push one of them get your pieces rolling. Let's go to board number 1. Very focused, both the players there. 5 minutes 52 seconds for Duda, 7 minutes 22 seconds for Aronian. Samay, the one thing which worries me a lot is that this one pawn here is single-handedly stopping the 2 pawns. It's like clamping them. You can't move ahead. If you move ahead, I'm doing this en passant in chess and I'll move forward. So that's the reason why it seems like Duda has some pressure.
That the pawn on f2 also is weak.
Yeah.
And is there a way you can attack that pawn once more?
It's a very, very weird move. You can get your bishop here and attack it.
Exactly. And I think there is no way to defend that pawn once the bishop comes to e1.
So that might be the thing that Levon Aronian might do. He's a very tricky player and he does that.
I'm telling you, the mango juice is working.
Yeah, your juice is actually working. You're finding all the moves. And look at Levon. You know, it's not only about the moves on the board, Samay. It's also about what they do off the board. Levon makes his move, gets up and tells Duda, I'm very confident. Do you also feel that I am in the driver's seat? You know, Duda under pressure, I feel somehow. A little bit.
Levon went and saw the screens over there. Can he also see the evaluation bar?
No, he can't see it. He's just checking all the games without any evaluation bars and making a decision whether he should play for the win or not. And Duda moves in and takes the pawn. This is heating up, guys.
And here, guys, already on board number 5, you see.
Oh, Nana Zagnidze is actually better, Samay, on board number 5. She is doing really well, which means Triveni Continental Kings are doing excellent in that game. If you count the number of pawns, there are 5 pawns for white, but 6 for black. It's a solid, healthy, extra pawn. And also black has the double bishops here. You can see the bishop here and the bishop here, Samay. It is really a very, very one-sided position here for black. And I don't think Nana Zagnidze will have much trouble in converting this into a full point. Whoa, my goodness. What Master Peter Swidler told us actually has transpired. Knight did jump to c3 here. And then instead of actually taking on c3, he went bishop takes g4, which is not a good move according to the computer. We don't know what's happening here. The game is super complex. Maybe it's the right moment to ask Master Peter Swidler what is happening here. The king on the side is completely exposed. If we can get the board and also Master Peter Swidler in, that would help a lot. Oh, he's given. Where's the queen? Where's the white queen? Master Peter Swidler, please help us. Please help us.
As confused as you are, guys, there's been a lot of changes of evaluation over the last 5 moves. At some point, it seemed like Wei Yi playing the black pieces was fairly firmly in control, but it's a very complicated position, and they have not really very much time left. And I think we should just watch this one. It's very difficult to predict how this will happen because it's a very, very tricky, sharp position with a lot of tactics that need to be controlled.
Oh, Sagar, it's not easy with only the queen and bishop. I'm telling you,
I agree.
Do not trust the evaluation bar. This is the creative genius of Daniel Dubov. Not playing with the queen, but playing with 3 pieces instead.
I agree. Dubov is maybe, on the chessboard, perhaps the least materialistic person you will find. He's freely giving away pieces.
He has 7 seconds.
Oh, and he takes there. On d7, king takes. But now Samay, 2 pieces have been traded. Oh, but look now what the knight wants to do. It wants to pull, but it's a big blunder. He's now controlled this and also attacking this pawn. And it seems like Daniel Dubov is in big trouble now. But by the way, Samay, one result has come up, and that is the game between two of the best Russian women players, Katrina Lagno and Alexandra Kostenyuk, has ended in draw. So the score is 1-1 there. And right now the match with 5 games to go is at 1-1. And by the way, we have one more result which has just come in. Board number 2 between Shakhriyar Mamedyarov and Yu Yangi has just ended. And it has ended in a draw, it seems. And that's
a 2-2 score.
Yeah, it's a 2-2 score right now.
Yeah.
Oh, Nihal Sarin is winning.
Yeah,
Which means actually it's a big result here. Nihal Sarin, Chingari Gulf Titans was on the back foot in many of the games of this match. And Nihal Sarin beating Jonas Bier means that they get valuable 3 points here. And he resigns. Well, Master Peter Swidler taking us to the right games at the right time. By the way, we already have a result on board number 1, the icon board between Jan Krzysztof Duda and Levon Aronian. It seems like Duda has escaped there and the game has ended in a draw. So the score right now is actually 6-3. 6-3 in the favor of Chingari Gulf Titans. Hey, maybe he can take the pawn with his queen and then push the pawn here and make another queen. That would be something. No, he just plays this. Okay, and there you have it. Resignation. So Nana Zagnidze agreed to a draw, which means that Triveni Continental Kings have won the match
by just 1 point, Sagar.
Wow, which is 8-7. Wei Yi leading from the front, and even though Nihal Sarin won on the Prodigy board, it was not enough for Chingari Gulf Titans as they go to their second defeat in a row, and then Triveni Continental Kings will be very happy because they made a comeback.